at it again, baby, and we got Bill and Joe Rogan. Let's dive in.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, I think that's because we are both seen as people who are sort of like commonsensical. And that is what there is a hunger for, I think, in America more than anything, is common sense.
Yes.
Away from the extremes. I mean, when people say to me, you know, don't you think you've gotten more conservative? No, I haven't. The left has gotten goofier.
Yes.
So I seem more conservative, maybe, but like, it's not me who changed.
Yes.
I feel I'm the same guy, but 5 years ago, you know, we hadn't spent $6 trillion to stay home. I mean, I understand we had to do something with the pandemic. I'm not sure that was, you know, I mean, I remember when $1 trillion was too much to spend on anything. We didn't spend $1 trillion to bail out the economy in 2008. So we didn't do that. 5 years ago, no one was talking about abolishing the police. You know, there was no talk about, you know, pregnant men. And, you know, I mean, there was just looting was still illegal.
Right.
You know,
isn't that crazy?
There was just so like, have I changed? No, because if someone had said 20 years ago, I'm not sure looting is a bad thing, I would have opposed it then. See, so I haven't changed. But that, I think, is what there is this hunger for, is this sort of.
I've heard somebody else speak about that as well, how they feel the left has gone further to the extreme. I forgot what video I was watching that they spoke about that in, but do you guys feel the same way? For anybody who considers themselves part of the left, obviously we all are a part of the same team, so I hate even kind of speaking like that, but you guys understand what I mean. For anybody who considers themselves a part of the left, do you think the left has gone farther left, so it may seem or feel like you've gone more to the conservative side, but in reality you haven't? Let me know in the comment section, please.
Of common sense. You know, centrism is such a wishy-washy word, but that's sort of what it is. Some people lean a little more to the left, a little more to the right. Sometimes it's issue by issue, but just, you know, I'm always saying to the Democrats, just don't be the party of no common sense. And you will be surprised at how much amazing success you will have, as opposed to what's going to happen, which is they're going to get their ass kicked in November.
Well, people like you are very important to people like me because you represent.
I've heard several people talk about that too, how they feel Democrats are going to get their butts handed to them here soon in the next elections. Do you guys feel the same way? Do you think things are about to flip and drastically flip? Let me know. Let me know. I've heard several people talk about that. So it's interesting.
What it means to me to be liberal, what it means to me to be left-wing, because you're just a normal person who cares about people's rights and wants a certain amount of freedom and wants people to get along and work things out amicably.
Right.
But the polarization in this country has made it so that people like you are rare. It's weird. It's like that's what I used to think of when I thought of the left. I thought of like professors and, you know, intellectuals and these people that would sit down and work through things with the understanding that free speech is like one of the most important aspects of communication possible, and communication is everything. Communication is how we work things out. Like this idea of not talking to people you disagree with. Well, guess what? That just galvanizes them. They just get hardened and they move further and further away, and we get more and more associated with this idea of left and right and good and bad and 1 and 0, and this side does not agree with anything that side says. That's crazy.
I've said some of the exact same things. It's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense. And if you're out there doing it, it gives people hope. And it's not just what you're saying, common sense. You do have common sense. But more importantly, you have courage. Because courage allows you to speak your mind, whether you're right or wrong. Courage allows you to take a chance. And you're seeing the wave of people that are moving in a certain direction. It doesn't necessarily make sense. And you're like, hey, what the fuck is going on? And everybody's like, finally, someone's saying it on TV. Right. Because maybe someone said it at a cocktail party. Maybe someone said it at a barbecue. But they're not fucking saying it on HBO until you say it on HBO.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean,
it means a lot.
I always say, you know, there's levels of courage. There's like, I mean, I will take that compliment. as long as I can also say, but there's like Marines level.
Yeah, you're not a Navy SEAL. Absolutely.
No, exactly.
You're not even a woman about to give birth.
I'm in the D League.
Yes.
In the D League, I have a lot of courage, but I'm not playing in the upper league.
What you have is honesty.
But thank you. Yes,
you have honesty,
well,
and people know that, and that's why your show works.
And that's also, I always feel like what my bond with the audience is.
Yes.
Like you don't have. When I started way back on Politically Incorrect, almost 30 years ago. People said, this show will never work because a TV host can never reveal his politics. I mean, Johnny Carson never did. Leno didn't. David Letterman. They never said, I'm voting for this guy. Whereas, I mean, you obviously know who all the late night hosts are for now.
Right.
I mean, it's a completely one-sided thing. They have to pander to the liberal audience, which watches them. It's so reverse of when I started.
It's bonkers.
When you couldn't be political. And now you couldn't survive, apparently, in late night television unless you are political, unless the audience knows exactly that you're, and I would put Saturday Night Live in this too. It's, I think Elon Musk took them to task. He said it doesn't seem like a show that's about comedy anymore so much as it is about declaring some woke doctrine. Yeah. And, having the people who go to those shows and are in there, I guess, where they film them and stuff. My audience was too doctrinated for a while. We have a much better audience now because we kind of got rid of the groaners, the people for whom I was always too politically incorrect. And I was like, I've been doing this forever. The names of the shows, Politically Incorrect, Real Time, and you still come to this show and groan when I say something too real? What fucking show did you think you were coming to? Because they do film The Price is Right in the same studio.
That always baffles me when people go to comedy shows and then get offended by the jokes that are being told. And it just doesn't make sense. You know that you're going to a comedy show that you possibly could be getting made fun of. It's jokes, so even people that are being made fun of, it's not serious. So why are you getting angry? That one has never made sense to me. Maybe I'm an idiot. You guys can let me know in the comment section. I'm well aware I could definitely be an idiot. I'm not the brightest bulb in the socket, all right? I can admit that. But that's just never made sense to me. If anybody can explain it, please do.
Do you think that the way it's going right now with late night television, where everyone has to be political, is that what the audience wants, or is that what the executives in the studio wants? Are they are they one step behind? Where is the mandate coming from? Is it the person who's the host who says, you know what, I know works in this town. If I want to keep working, I have to be outwardly left-leaning, progressive, political.
Look, I think it's coming from both because corporations in America now they're
leaning in.
Or what?
They're leaning into woke. Hardcore.
They're petrified of some kind of backlash. I mean, you see with Disney now. I mean, Disney, one of the most gay-friendly companies that we've had in a very long time, as they should be. All companies should be gay-friendly. But Disney they had gay days at Disney, what is it, World, Land? I don't know. I'm not at Disney.
I think it was the L.A. one, right?
You'll never find me in it.
I think it's Land.
Disneyland is the original. That's right.
That's
Disney
LA.
World is in Florida.
Right.
You'll never find me sitting in a teacup, Joe. Okay. So
what's the difference between Disneyland and Disney World? I've always wondered. I've never gone to either one.
I love teacups.
I mean, this is in my category of things that only children used to do that now adults do. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time somebody said, I'm going to Disneyland, and I'm like, with your kids? No, we're just going.
Yeah.
Okay. But, there is that. There is corporations, I think, yes, are always going to want to. And look, I'm glad they are progressive thinking. Of course, like with everything on the left these days, they just take it too far. But I think it's coming from the audience more because the audience who goes to a taping of Saturday Night Live or a show like that, they're youngish and, they believe what they believe. A lot of the things I also believe. But it's sort of an unexamined, they don't know too much about politics. They just know that, and again, you mentioned Trump doing this. Like, he was so awful that it's just very easy to turn off to the details and go, well, I'm with the Democrats and the left.
The hunger for common sense. I spoke about this in a previous video, that common sense is just not common anymore. I feel like it's just gone out of the window. A lot of people don't care about facts, statistics, or anything. They try to twist stuff, and that's just crazy to me. I do agree companies should be gay friendly. I don't think companies should shun gays away. You know, like I said, I always try to flip the coin on myself. If companies, you know, said, hey, no black people are allowed, you know, well, dang, you know, sheesh, what did I do to you? You know, so they should treat gay people the same way they treat anybody else. They don't have to treat them above anybody else and not lower than anybody else. The same way you treat everybody else is the same way you should treat gay folks. That's just the way that I see it. But yeah, let me know if you guys agree with Bill and think that things have gone too far in the opposite direction. Let me know. Let me know. I've never been to Disney World or Land, which is why I asked you guys what's the difference between the two. Never have gone, probably never will. I think I looked up the pricing for one of them at some point in time, and like, it's just astronomical. It's just like, what? You serious? Nah, no way. Or I might have been like watching a video or something that showed like the pricing or ticket pricing or something, and yeah, it was just astronomical. So I probably will never go to any Disney World or Land or whatever. But hey, let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys feel like common sense has gone out of the window? Are you thirsty for more? I kind of feel like I am. I'm a bit thirsty or hungry for a lot more common sense, because like I said, I feel like it's just not common anymore. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit the subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.